So, man, how come every time you invite me on this show, I see a freaking shitty movie, man? It's terrible.
I don't plan on it. It just happens. And let me tell you, don't see this movie. It's so bad. Don't watch it. If that's all you watch of this review, don't see this movie because it's terrible. So I don't even know where to begin with this movie, but I guess I should just start off by trying to sum up the plot for you real quick. So in this generic action movie, more convoluted than Taken 3, you get to spend time with these lifeless characters for what feels like way longer than the 90-minute runtime, in the reboot of Transporter Refueled, a movie nobody asked for. So let's just start with the positives, which are so very, very few. I'll say my only positive of this movie is that it is gorgeous at times to look at. The scenery, the freaking environment, some of the camera shots looks great. But that's where I stop. How about for you?
Me? Let me just start by saying I really tried very, very hard to like this movie. I went in not knowing anything about the previous Transporter or the TV series.
Yeah, you never saw any of them, huh?
No, I never heard about them. Maybe I'm out of the loop. But I tried really hard to like this movie. The premise is there. The action scenes were really good. However, they were constantly interrupted by either like annoying exposition or like stupid girls arguing about stuff.
I don't even know where to begin with this film. Other than, let's say there's about 187 slow-mo shots in this freaking film. Yes. And I'm talking about anything from a car chase where the car's... Oh, here comes a punch. Just jumping off a boat. It's so ridiculous overuse of slow-mo that it's just nauseating. I cannot stand it. The acting is terrible in this movie. Yes,
everything was very dry. I liked was it Ray Stevenson? Is that his name?
Yeah, the dad.
Yeah, I liked him. He brought a little bit of personality. He tried.
So the Transporter is played by Ed Skrein. Is that how you say his name?
Skrein.
And, I mean, he is nowhere near as good as a comparison of Jason Statham. It doesn't really look the part. His acting just feels all one note. All these characters have no personality and are so not fleshed out. And I feel like the plot for this movie is so generic, like, oh, we took over this prostitution ring and now we're badasses and millionaires. And now we're telling the story of girls trying to escape the prostitution ring and get their money that they feel like they deserve. Yeah, that's pretty much this movie where they just splice in the Transporter into the film.
One thing that really stuck with me for this movie is there's some sort of illegal activity going on in the street.
Prostitution.
Yeah, well,
this whole movie is based off prostitution. It's just dumb.
And there's 3 black cars that pull up, and these guys are like, "You can't park there. We're trying to run a business." And these guys are like, "I know." And he gets out. 8 guys pop out, start shooting everybody, right? And
it's so cheesy.
After they kill like 5 people, a swarm of girls storm out of these vans, stand up. Line up on the street side.
They're gonna start doing the prostitution ring, like, man.
5 feet away from the dead bodies, and this guy was like,
"Good time, ignore the dead body."
Yeah, the guy that shot everybody was like, "All right, now go make us some money." I was like, I couldn't get it out of my head.
My favorite part was when they cut to this recap of the scene in a black and white flashback sequence about 10, 15 minutes after this happens. You see 15 years later, and you see the freaking scumbags that are like the part for this, and like you get like slow-mo recaps of them mowing down the people.
Yeah, they did
literally 10 minutes after it happens.
Yeah, they did an individual flashback for each character as they took part in this conversation.
So you're supposed to spend this whole movie caring about what happens to these prostitutes that are trying to free themselves in revenge on the people that abducted them, and it's such a poorly written movie that I was just hoping that they would get blown to bits by bullets.
Like I said earlier, I tried really hard to like this movie. And it had me up until about halfway.
It never had me, man. I mean, when they show the Transporter jumping off a boat onto a freaking jet ski, then he takes the jet ski onto land and goes into a moving vehicle feet first to get the bad guy. Are you kidding me? What type of movie am I watching? Because that's so laughably stupid. Well, it made it into the film. All right, let's meet the check marks of an action movie. All right, multiple bad guys taking on the hero. Shootout with the main character. Oh, damsels in distress. Oh, look at that. Met the quota. Let's not give a shit about this movie.
It definitely hit the mark. Yeah, so I'm going to have to disagree with you, man. I thought the action scenes were fun. I thought they were fun to watch, even though if they're interrupted. The acting was very dry, the plot was very convoluted, and you're right, the 90 minutes felt extremely long. I tried really hard to like the movie. I liked half of the movie. So I'm going to have to give it 4 reels out of 10. I feel that's fair.
Well, let me tell you, I have to disagree with you on every single aspect of this film. This is the worst movie I have seen so far this year. It is worse than Taken 3. This has horrific acting that's so dry, and the dialogue that's given to them is just so flat and so expositional, like you said, where they just say, we have to get the money. We have to go transport to this location. We have to do this. It sucks. It's just so terrible. The action is so bad. The freaking special effects, the slow-mo is so overused that I want to throw up every time I think of the slow-mo effects that they use in this. This film gets a 1 out of 10 reels from me. Do not give these people your money. Do not fuel another sequel. And this has been our review of this terrible, terrible film, Transporter Refueled.
If you like what you saw, like and subscribe down below.
This is The Real Report. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.